Alright, so here we have the solution to problem number 8 on the third practice test for derivatives. So we've got x sine y plus y sine x is equal to 1. So here we have implicit differentiation. Alright, so let's look at this. So if we're looking at this, we've got x times sine y. So for this part, we're going to have to use the product rule. And then we have the second part, y times sine x. Well, we're going to have to use product rule there also. Alright, so hopefully you remember how to do implicit differentiation. I'll kind of go through it. I have some videos on it if you need to go check those out. So let's go ahead and get started with this. So the derivative of remember product rule, it's the derivative of the first term times the second term plus the derivative of the second term times the first term. So just take the derivative like you normally do. So the derivative of x is 1 times the second function. Okay, so that's the derivative of first times second plus the derivative of the second. Well, what's the derivative of sine? Well, derivative of sine is cosine. But remember, since this is in terms of y, its derivative of sine is cosine y times, remember, dy dx. Now, I'm not going to write it like this. You can write it dy dx. I think it looks a little better instead of writing dy dx if we just put times y prime. Same thing. Okay? Doesn't clutter it up as bad. And then that's times the first function. So this is the derivative of the second function times the first function. So that takes care of this part. Now this one, plus, so the derivative of y is dy dx, or just y prime. So that's the derivative of the first function times the second function plus the derivative of the second function. So the derivative of sine x is cosine x. Okay, and since we're in terms of x, it's just cosine x times the first function. Alright, so let's underline this a little bit. That's the derivative of the first part. And then this is the derivative of the second part. Okay, product rule on each of them. And then that equals, and then the derivative of 1 is 0. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to solve for y prime. So all the terms that do not have a y prime, we're going to move to the other side of the equal sign. So we're going to need to move this term and this term to the other side. And so that's going to leave me with x y prime cosine y plus y prime sine x equals, so let's move these over, that's negative sine y minus, and then this one's y cosine x. Okay, now we have a common factor of y prime that I can factor out. So y prime times x cosine y plus sine x is equal to negative sine y minus y cosine x. And then I need to divide everything by this term right here. And so if I divide each side by that, I'm left with y prime is negative sine y minus y cosine x, and then that's over x cosine y plus sine x. Alright, so I hope that helped. All the solutions are organized on my website, and I'll have them in a playlist on my YouTube channel also. Uh, and all the practice tests are on my website. All the links are in the description. The links to the websites in the description. Give me a like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.